What's good, fam? Man, it seems like forever since I talked to y'all. First off, I want to say my bad. My bad. Missed last week live. Had a lot going on. Your boy was, for one, tired. Wiped out. I explained that in the video already, so we ain't even got to go down that tonight. So, why cover the old stuff? Let's jump right into the new stuff, because I know you're probably wondering. Yes, we still talking about the business development bill. We gonna deviate from what we've been doing. Just for one Sunday. Gotta go and get some stuff out the way based off of different comments, different one-on-ones, stuff we talk about in the community, and then just flat out just stuff that I've been seeing. And we kind of touched on it in the last couple of videos, especially that accountability video from yesterday. But yeah, I want to talk about that on live so we can have a little bit of feedback about being that feeling of being an imposter, like you using somebody else's material or taking somebody else's information or whatever it may be. But we're gonna go down that road tonight because of stuff, like I said, that I've been seeing, and I want to help clear up some stuff, and get some input from y'all, fam, because y'all got just as much to say about this type of stuff as I do. But before we dive into it, it made me think about when we talk about imposter syndrome. It brings me back to my time there in the military. And I remember I told y'all this before about different leaders, like don't want to be like them, be like them. And one of my mentors, because I remember we had a good sit down, and it was like, how do you be an effective leader? And he was the one that said, remember the stuff that you didn't like or see in leaders, and then remember the stuff that the good leaders did. And the key thing that he hit me with was, be the leader that you wish you had when you needed help. So it led me to try and copy things that my good leaders did that helped me. But it was just like I was running into roadblocks for two reasons. One, I was trying to duplicate the leadership style that they used for me. And two, the other thing I kept running into was that it wasn't working because I was trying to use the leadership style that was used for me. And all of us are different individuals. So I had to learn to pick different parts from good leaders, as well as those leaders that I thought was bad. I had to take some of those things because some of those things that I felt was bad, it was bad for me. But it actually helped somebody else. Go figure how that works. Something that you might think is bad, and that's why opinions are crazy. Something that you think is bad can actually be helping somebody else. And I transferred that not just through leadership, but also when I was teaching different people, when I was holding classes, and because I was an instructor as well in the military, holding different classes, and then that led to when I was helping people through the journey of just mentorship or guidance or teaching. And the biggest one was family, because obviously, I got 3 boys. Now there's the overarching when you're helping and teaching, because you pick up stuff. I picked up stuff from my parents, my mom, my dad, grandparents, and all that. But some of the stuff that they taught me, I tried to impersonate and use that, and it didn't always work. Yeah, we got the overall arching ones like, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, say thank you after the help people. We got those. But each 3 of my boys are different, and they require different things that had to make me deviate from using the stuff that I was taught because of the time that I grew up in, or era, as you say, and the different things that are now available to help teach the younger people. So I had to get away from it. But at the same time, I was like, when something would go wrong, I'm like, am I feeling? Am I feeling as a dad? Am I feeling as a leader? Am I feeling as a man? The imposter syndrome was kicking in because I'm like, I'm not doing it this way, or am I doing it this way? And it's not working. So taking all that into account, based off what I told you already about the last few videos, we're going to dive into some of that imposter syndrome, because there are some things that you use to help you, tools, tips, tricks to help you. But if certain things don't work or not work, or if they do work, you're like, man, I feel like an imposter. Am I copying somebody's business? Am I copying somebody's life? We're going to break all that down tonight, because I know it can get, especially in today's world of social media, we all making, the people that make YouTube videos, the ones that make TikTok and Instagram reels and all that, and it feels like, man, I'm copying somebody's style, or I'm not, or I don't want to do it. We're going to break all that down tonight. Don't worry, because I want to help you with that imposter syndrome. I've had it. You probably have it. And the best thing that they refer to it is that what's that? Fake it till you make it. I don't just want y'all out there faking it till you make it. I just want y'all to be yourself and win with the tip. Nah, don't worry. We'll talk about that. Cause y'all is over here saying what's up. So let me talk to the fam. Y'all in here. So let me holler at y'all too. Oh man, Stride Express. What's up, Cole? What's good, fam? Hit that like button on the way in. Hope everyone is having a blessed weekend. Yes, I hope so too. What's up, Trailblazer? What's going on, fam? Mr. Drive Time is in the building. Before you drop another line, what's going on, everybody? It's Mr. Drive Time. Is you out here trying to hit a flow state? I like it. Ah, yeah. The Quicks is in the building. What's up, fam? Quicks is in the place and blessed. I'm so glad. Boy, I love how everybody just be so blessed. Blessed Sunday, Grams and fam. I'm at work, but fortunately, it's not going on. There's nothing going on while I'm making double time. That's what I like to hear. There's nothing better than making double time when you ain't even got to lift a finger. That's the best money, especially when it's a double up. Yes, see, get them coins, Maggers, get them coins. Indeed. OC the boss is in the building. To everybody. Good evening, Quicks, the Blaze, and Express. I love when y'all be just speaking to each other. See, we just talked about that. That's that stuff that you were passed down when you speak and all that. It seemed like imposter syndrome, but we're gonna break it down. How's it going, OC? Mr. Drive Time dropping bars. I told you, hidden flow states. Salute to everybody on the team from the OC and Miss Lady. I love it. Hey, Cole, Drive Town sounds is nice. Hey, Drive Town, you right. That your sounds is nice. We already talked about that. You get a one-on-one in yet, man, you'll be surprised, man. Me and OC now had 2 one-on-ones with another one already scheduled. We getting it, fam. I told you, we working on it. Let's see, where did it go? Mr. and Ms. Quick, all good. Been building up everything for the 2027 release. ONS Enterprises LLC coming soon. This is tonight with the imposter syndrome. This really gonna help you, fam, because we already talking about it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, we not had them one-on-ones. We got more work. I'm telling you, fam, we do stuff. We trying to get everybody out there grinding and succeeding, whatever that may be. What's good and howdy. Hey, you know you can't, especially right now with the Houston rodeo going on. You can't miss me with that. Let's see, we good as long as we got this, fam. Hey, I love it. Because that's what I'm caught up now. Because boy, a squirrel in a minute. So let's go ahead and get in this imposter syndrome. So I've kind of mentioned it over the past couple of videos. When we talked about when people be on social media like, that's cheap freight, or you running lows, should be running for $2, should be running for this and that. And remember how I always be like, know your numbers, know what you need, understand what you need. And the reason I try to hammer that home is so much is because part of imposter syndrome is you do a couple things. You see somebody already operating in a fashion, and this could be anyway. That I know it says business development, but this also goes to your personal life as well. You can see somebody that's operating at a level that you aspire to attain, or you could see somebody financially getting things that you wish that I can financially be that. Or we see it all the time. People be like, one of them things that you see on social media would be like couples goals. Like they might see a couple that's doing great in couples goals. And then you just see things that basically you want to do. So you try to, I call it mimicking, and you try to mimic what they're doing for their success. For myself, I remember when I was starting out being an instructor, and I'm big on a mimic. I'll turn into a chameleon in a minute when I'm first getting started. That's why we want to talk about this tonight, imposter syndrome, to help you with it. So when I would be instructing, and normally when you're becoming an instructor, you have to sit in on a couple of classes to watch other instructors teach lessons. And then they watch you and all that stuff. So one of my techniques when I was in the military, when it first started, I would mimic what I saw other instructors do. All the way down to like the way my brain works, I can remember what they said, punchlines, how they did certain things, when did they pause and break. I would literally mimic exactly that when I was teaching the class. But here's the key to that. When I was doing that mimicking, people would just be sitting there looking at me shuffle through slides. They would yawn because, death by PowerPoint, because I was not being me. I was being somebody else. I was mimicking their style. And that wasn't translating over to me being a good instructor. Same way I told you about being a good leader. So what happens is, over time, when the confidence built up, that's when the jokes, I would start sliding in my jokes. That's when I knew when to make the pitch in my voice go up and down. That's when I knew how to interact with the students and make them get up, stand up, do certain things. I remember, I'm talking about, this happened all the way through the military. It even happened when I started speaking, becoming a speaker. I would try to mimic what my mentor was doing on stage. I would try to mimic other speakers that I considered the good speakers that I watch, like the ETs out there. I would try to mimic, but it was still, in the beginning, not crossing over. And then, I don't know if y'all seen the reels and all that on the YouTube channel, where I eventually did that one reel where I was like, I'm back. That was my third time being in Africa. When I did that video and that reel, it's on the page. I put it in the video somewhere, but yeah. And so by then, it's my style. I'm talking about, I was on stage and you just hit like I was talking about Mr. Drytown, you hit a flow state because you're starting to be yourself, because you took what you learned. You took what you were following, the script, or I should say the perfect person you're mimicking, and you started to guide yourself and do your own thing. And that's when you're being yourself. And that's when the imposter syndrome slowly starts to go away. Now, granted, there are people out there, and I know you've seen them, where you can go and be like, man, that sounds or looks like the same dance so-and-so did. That sounds and you sing or act like the same so-and-so did. But there's a reason why the first act, the ones that have their role of how they're doing it, they're being themselves. That's why you like them as actors. That's why you like them as R&B and rappers. That's why you like them as NBA sports athletes. Like, they're doing their own thing. And guess what? When you're doing your own thing, you're the one that starts to make the rules. You start to change the rules. Think about since I like athletes, think about like a Simone Biles. She was killing it with getting them gold medals. It got to the point people started trying to copy her style. And it got to the point when she realized that, she started pressing and pushing even harder, pushing herself. She was doing moves that they had to look up and be like, no, banned. That's not an acceptable move. That move is banned. You can't do that move. But guess what happened? So many people started mimicking her style. They like, okay, now you can do that rule. After they said she couldn't do it. Don't you understand? That's how rules change, because the original person is so amazing at what they do. The rules of the game start to change. Now let's bring this back over here to the business side, the cargo van business. Remember when I told y'all, when we first started, I was looking up videos left and right. I was trying to find it. Granted, I did find some, but when I was looking 3 years ago, I promise you, I only find like a couple of good videos. I'm talking about, I was searching Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of it. I couldn't find nothing. I might find a video here, a video there. It was probably like 3 or 4 content creators that made cargo van videos, but they hadn't made a video in like a year, 2, 3 years, but they had enough. But it's like, man, the information is great, but it's certain things I still had question about. It's like, how much should I get paid? Nobody really told us. We knew what expedited rates look like, but it's like, I just don't want to sit at the house until it's time to do expedited. What should I get paid? Then it was like, what areas should I stay away from? There was nothing for me. And so I was like, hey, I looked around. I looked at my wife, and she said, it might be time for you to make it. That's what she started the videos. And now I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not saying this because of me, but now because that's how life is. When you're looking for something, you can't find it, and all of a sudden you're doing something nice everywhere. Now I see nothing but cargo vans all over TikTok, IG, YouTube. They're everywhere. And I'm not saying I started, because I did not start it. It's just I couldn't find what I needed. And so that made me feel like an imposter, because what did I have to do? I had to look at box trucks. I had to look at 18 wheelers, the big rigs. I had to basically mimic what they were doing, but on a smaller capacity. I had to figure out my own numbers because nobody would tell me the numbers. And I had to figure it out, but I was basing it, mimicking off their number, if that makes sense. I was basically imposter syndrome. I was doing what I did in the military teaching. I did what I was doing when I became a speaker. I was following, I say the person ahead, because normally when you're mimicking somebody, they're already at their flow state. They're at the top of their game, so you're mimicking. So I was basically mimicking and being an imposter of the big guys, the box trucks, the big rigs. But nobody was there to explain the numbers. Not granted. It's amazing as us fam over here started talking about numbers, that's when everybody started coming out and they all had opinions. That's what those videos were. But at the same time, when you, and I don't worry, y'all know your boy a little bit petty sometimes. I'll see the comments and I'll be like, hey, I went to your page because I was looking for you to teach and explain how to do this, but I didn't see any videos. Maybe if you don't mind, you can put a couple of videos out or some tutorials to teach not just me, but everybody else, so we can know what you're doing to get $3 a load, every single load. What you're doing to keep your deadhead percentage down below 15%. We were basically, I do it from time to time because I'm like, show me. Then it's crickets. I don't see nobody around. So it's like, I can't even mimic the person that's saying I'm doing it wrong. So guess what? We gonna keep doing it the way we doing it. But I'm a pause right there because I see the fam over here talking. I'm a pause right there because I want to start putting a twist on how to know when you should mimic, when you should start learning your numbers in your areas, when you should start putting your spin on things. So not just like you don't feel that imposter syndrome, because the imposter syndrome basically makes you sit still. It makes you not attempt to find the thing that works best for you. It makes you attempt to not even get started. You won't even attempt the first video. You won't even attempt the first loads. You won't even do the LLC part. You won't attempt anything because you feel like I'm gonna be copying this person. I'm gonna be looking like this person. I want to be my. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Let me holler at the fam first because I see y'all over here going crazy. Where did I stop it? Man, them comments went so fast. Let's see. Okay. Then we got here. We started with big facts. Okay, maybe because when I'm talking, I ain't looking at the comments, and I be hoping what I'm saying is making sense. It makes sense in my head, but remember I told you in that video, excuses make sense because they make sense in your head. So when I'm talking, that's why I stopped to go holler at the fam, make sure I'm not sounding a little cuckoo. Because your boy, I'll be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in a minute. Yep, we try to mimic Chip every day. I can't wish. Oh man, here y'all go. What does it say? We sure do. There were none. See, I didn't find none either. I'm just making sure I wasn't going crazy. Maybe my search bar was wrong. Yep, you opened the door for others to see what was possible. I didn't know that, but I'll take it because it's all what we're supposed to do. Help each other. That's why we thank God for you and all your teachings. Grind center, stand up. Standing. I can't with y'all. They talking about it's in the link in the description. It's the community. That's what they talking about. Amen to that. Quicks and Mr. Drive Time. Man, what's going on? Steady grinding in the building. So okay, I'm not sounding crazy. But yeah, I want to go back. Here we go right here. Here we go right here. Where did that come and go? Because I wanted the Quicks just said it. I want to go back to that one. It right here. Yep, we try to mimic Chip every day. I want to start with that because that's where we were taking the conversation with next. So there's nothing wrong with mimicking, and that's why we wanted to talk about imposter syndrome, because I know a lot of people don't do a lot of things. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to act, because I want you to understand both sides of it. Because as we talk, and again, we don't call nobody out. It's just talking about plain life in general. The people that are honestly trying to do, help, show, whatever. Don't get me wrong. I believe that for your services, everybody should be able to get some type of compensation. Because it's like you go out there and learn something, learn a skill, you try to teach it. I understand people want to get paid for that. But you got to understand, we live in a life where, yes, there are scammers. Scammers have no problem with mimicking. And I'm saying that because I want you to understand the difference. And so this is just, and it's not talking about cargo van, this is just in life. You'll see people that try to sell something, get the quick buck, but then it's nothing behind it. There's no hard nothing behind it. You just see the lifestyle. Like you see somebody sitting on the Ferrari, the Bentley, they got their money slid down their arm. You see them look like they always on yachts. Y'all remember that point in time where it was people always look like they was in private jets, and then come to find out it's a whole photo booth session that looks like a private jet, and you can take photos and look like you're in a private jet, but people paid for courses and paid for stuff from that individual because they was trying to look like them. They wanted that type of lifestyle. They wanted that glory, the fame, the whatever celebrity status that came with it. So they were trying to be like them. Imposter syndrome. And it's nothing worse than you chasing something because you've seen it, and then you find out, oh my God, it's fake. And then you look up and you're like, I was following this person. They looked like they were doing good. Now they're in handcuffs because they're going to jail for fraud. You like, I was looking at this person. They were doing so good. And then they're in handcuffs because they had a racketeering scheme. I was following this person. They were doing so good. And all of a sudden, they got into it with the wrong people, and they're either dead or in jail because they were doing illegal activities and burnt the wrong person. That's why imposter syndrome sucks. Because there are times when you can run across somebody and it looks like they're doing a little good, but you be like, nah, I don't want to listen to them because that person over there is doing a lot better. Then you can run into something like, and the reason I was saying that, because you can bring it around to Chip. Chip out there be getting it. To me, he do. Some of y'all think the same way based off the comments. And that goes back to what we were saying about the cheat free. Now, remember I told you to know your numbers because Chip can move a certain way. This is the part about imposter syndrome. And I have no problem with that. You see something your boy BG doing? And if it works for you, win with it. There's no hate over here. If me and Chip doing, what anybody in my family does, if it helps you win, I'm not one of those people. Because there's a saying that one of my mentors said that you can't unlearn what you already learned. Like you hear me say quotes in books and all that stuff. You hear me say quotes from different rap songs, R&B songs, different movies. You hear the quotes. You can't unlearn what you already learned. So if something works for you, that doesn't make you an imposter. It works for you. Now, if something halfway works and you just need to tweak it, that's when you start putting your own spin on things. Like I'll use them because they popped up. I'll use the quicks. They picked up certain things, but if you go look at what they're doing on YouTube, they got that St. Louis area on lock. They run in their circles. They don't have to they don't have to run around like Chip. There's certain people that I see out on the West Coast. West Coast don't work for me, but they still tune in and tap in with the fam over here because little tricks that y'all tell in the comments or on videos y'all make, or I might say, and it helps fine tune theirs. They might have started out looking at us over here, but it helped them fine tune it. The thing that you don't want to do, this is where the imposter syndrome come on, and it's kind of scary and stalkerish, is if you go out there and do exactly the same thing and never put your spin on it. Now, there's no time on how long it takes to do the mimicking. Mimicking is fine. But if you look up and it's 5, 10, 15 years and you haven't put your spin on anything, that's when you need a little help. Because you can be cutting yourself short because you're mimicking something based off of what you see versus putting a spin on it and taking yourself off in that direction. And I'm going to explain what I mean. I did a one-on-one with one of the fam. And they were running loads. I'm talking about fam getting it. 2-3 loads a day. Then he was like, I say, how much you making? He say, depend. It could be about 500 a day. I'm like, you go talk to somebody else. That's amazing. But then he'll be like, but I see you running around and you getting these numbers. And I want similar numbers. And I had to stop him. We broke down. We talked through his systems. We talked through what he was doing, who he was using, dispatcher brokers, looking on load boards. We talked through all that. And the imposter syndrome can be slowing you down. And that's what I had to explain to him. Because come to find out, it wasn't about driving all over the place. He was actually in the northern part of the circle, which I told y'all the money's up there. Come to find out, the companies he was working for, he started bidding, but he was bidding as though based off of what I say in videos. And I'm like, hey, time out. But he mentioned what he said. I say, hold on, time out. I say, there's a difference between what I'm doing. I was like, each area of market looks different. And I explained a couple of videos, like, remember I got $1.15 for this one? Remember when I got $1.75 from it? I just started ranging different ones. And come to find out, one of the simple things, one of the quick fixes we got, when I explained it, and I told y'all before, Chip don't even leave for local routes unless it's $200 out the gate. And I'm talking about going 10, 11 miles. I say 175 is pushing it, but it's doable. But $200 to go out the house. And so he was like, why is that? And after I broke it down, come to find out, he had loads that was going 101 miles. And he'd be like, I got 135 for it. And I say, hold on. I say, I might have missed something on the foot stump. I was like, but that's the imposter syndrome holding you back. I say 135 at minimum already out the gate need to be 200. I know what people say. I know it'd be $3, $4 a mile, whatever. Talking about working off of spot markets and stuff like that. Like you out the gate should already be at 200, especially in your area. Cause I say they most likely paying $300, $400. And then we went through a couple of more scenarios of lows that he'd be like, I got $280 for this one. I'm like, nope, that should have been $350 to $400. Like leaving money on the table. One of the biggest ones was a weekend hold. He had a weekend hold, but he still had it at the dollar rate. And I was like, did you see this video? It's like, no, I missed that video. And I just hand slapped. I say, this is what I mean when I say go back and watch all the videos, because he missed the one. I say, because that's when you needed the imposter syndrome. I was like, you picked up something at night. I say, that's an extra 25 to 50 bucks just because it's nighttime. I say, then you holding it over the weekend. That's $50 a day. Weekend hold. It ain't going that far. So you want me to, that's 50. I was like, you possibly left 125 to 150 on the table for a load that was going 230 something miles and they pay like 270 or something like that. And I'm like, you already out the gate before we even get past $1 a mile. You left 125 to 150 on the table. And that's when it started clicking in. I say, see, it's a difference when you're copying or mimicking somebody. It's good, but that's why you need to learn the rest of the things and understand the system and understand your numbers so that you can mimic to get started, get a feel for it. Because if you would have went back and watched those negotiation videos, if you would have went back to watch the weekend hold videos, if you would have went back and watched the late night pickup video, if you would have watched them, you would have picked that up. So you're supposed to mimic, I don't care who it is, till you get an understanding. And then you start breaking out. And then that's where a coach, a mentor, a community like this over here, that's when they come into play to help you tweak and fine tune things to be better for you. So you can get away from the imposter syndrome. By the time we was in that talk, he was ready to go and was finding loads on his own on a DAT load board for Monday pickup. and he's like, I'm finna book one. I see like 5 right now. And I'm like, yeah, because you're in the hot area, but you're undercharging yourself because you're mimicking the person based off of one video, 2 videos. Like, because yes, they're going to be lows that you see. Why you only get $1? Because we already know the longer the distance, the lower the rate goes down closer to the dollar. But when them short ones, them quick hitters, and I explained the one in Kentucky, 3 miles, $300. And he's like, what? He's like, I probably would have did that for like 125. I'm like, yes, that's the understanding. So imposter syndrome, it works until the time comes, mimic or whatever you want to say, because you can hit certain successes under imposter syndrome, like that individual I just explained. He was hitting successes on that. But the problem came in when it was time for him to shift from under that and start making it his own and doing his own thing. He was limiting his success. And I don't want that for anybody. Like, you mimic, do what you got to do, but then the time comes where you got to pivot. Remember, I started out, I didn't see nothing. I was trying to mimic box trucks. I was trying to mimic 18 wheelers, and then it was done and on me as I was talking. Like, box trucks say they want $2 a mile. Why you ain't giving me $2 a mile? Then as I kept learning, and Hold on. Because, box truck is smaller than the big rig. Understandably, they take less weight. It's the step down weight wise, what they can take. But I'm like, how come they trying to get around the same? And I'm not getting around the same. Then as I broke it down and started learning, doing research, especially the content creators that did it a couple of years ahead of us, that left a little couple of sprinkles of breadcrumbs for us to look at, I started picking up. And that's when I got you got to go through and watch more videos. You just can't one or two, because some of them I had to go through and watch from the beginning. They probably had 50, 60 videos. I'm like, I got to sit down and watch all of them. Because I was picking up onesie, twosie videos trying to mimic something, but I couldn't mimic it because I didn't have all the information. Remember I told you I learned how to teach because I was mimicking an instructor. Could you imagine if that course had 5 blocks, but I only watched 3, but I tried to mimic all 5, and I wondered why the last 2 were not right? Because I didn't go back and watch it. That's why I be saying, go back and watch the videos. I tell y'all all the time, go watch other content creators. Watch everybody, because it ain't just us over here. Go watch everybody. Pick and choose what you need. Mimic over here, mimic over here, mimic over there, imposter over here. Pick up a little bit over there until you can make it your own. And that's how imposter syndrome works. Just don't get to the point where you don't branch off and put your spin on it. I say it all the time. Well, I don't say it all the time. I told you, it's in a book. One of the books I wrote. I'll give you a little bit. I'm going to give you a little bit of the book because I know all of y'all ain't ready. And one of the chapters of the book I wrote, I refer to it as the sizzle. Because your boy, whenever I like Mexican food. I love Mexican food. You can't miss your boy with a taco. They say Taco Tuesday. No. It's tacos every day of the week for me. I have no problem. You'll never get your boy to turn down tacos. But here's the thing. Every time I go into a Mexican restaurant, I don't care what it is. I can go in there and say, I'm going to try something different every single time. And sure enough, it never fails. The waiter, and it won't even be for me. I see him across the restaurant or walking down the aisle. That waiter just walked by with that plate like this. And all you hear is shh, that plate sizzling with that, and that smoke trailing behind it is the smell. Them fajitas never fail. As soon as I hear that sizzle like them fajitas, I don't care if I went in there for a quesadilla. I don't care if I went in there for 3 tacos. I don't care what I went in there for. As soon as I hear, if not granted, if I don't hear it, then I might get something different. But it never fails. I always hear it. And as soon as I hear it, no matter what I went out the window, I want the fajitas because I smell it. I smell the sizzle. I see the sizzle. And I need the sizzle in front of me because I want the sizzle. That's what I'm trying to tell you to do with imposter syndrome. Get what you need out of each person, and then get to the point where you can put your spin on it and sell your sizzle. Let me stop. Let me go holler at the fan because went down a whole nother route with this. Let me go. Where did I stop at? Where did I stop at? Hey, all of y'all came in this thing. You paving the way. Hey, if that's what it takes, I don't care. I told you I'll be the Forrest Gump of this cargo van. I was driving, then I just went home. Man, everybody, what's going on? They hollering this steady grinding, pumping. Oh, look who in the building. It's Nelson. Man, got to put an ABB out on you. Nelson normally catch the replays. He know I'm just messing with him. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Quick. Yep, Nelson is in the building. What it do, Nelson? What it do? I love how y'all show love over here, man. I love that. It's gotten easier to see through the BS with people online. We see your authenticity, keeping it real. BG, thanks. That's why we rock with you. Appreciate that, friend. Teach coach. Y'all out here crazy. That's real. Appreciate y'all. This is good, BG. Hey, I'm trying. You better say it, BG. What up? Look at who in the building. It's Ariana and Andrew. Is Andrew in the building? He out getting bags. What's going on, Ariana? Hey, neighbor. Y'all kill me. See, over time, everybody learning where they live at. Y'all thought I was crazy when I was telling y'all, hey, I know where y'all at, but now y'all learning. You have to find your own lane and run with it. Exactly. Read the book. I told y'all in the last video, you want to hide something from somebody, read it in the book, put it in the book. Hello, fam. Better late than never. How's it? You is not late, Alan. You is not late. You on time, fam. What's good, fam? What's going on? Everybody coming in this building. Howdy, Alan. I love how everybody's coming in the building. What's good, Nelson? What's good? What's the best way to go? Contracts or work off the load board? So, you know what? I'm gonna lead this up so I don't forget where I'm at. So we're gonna talk about this point real quick. Load board, that's the simple, easy fix. Just pick one. I do DAT. There's more than one out there. There's a new one, up and coming one. I see lows on it all the time, but I get the emails for the lows, I should say. But I'm either not in the area because I already got a load and I'm gone, or I got a load and I can't get it. But go look up freight links. It's on TikTok and all that. But yeah, them the two I know about. I've heard people getting success with that one. I haven't personally used it, but yes, load board. The part that about contracts, this is a touchy subject for me because that's that imposter syndrome again. If you actually look out there in social media world, I don't care, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, anything, everybody will tell you how they can help you get contracts. There's contracts everywhere. And there are. I don't knock that. I agree that there are contracts everywhere. But look at it this way. From the amount of volume in the industry and knowing where to go to get the contracts, look at it from this perspective. Let's go this way. Think of big trucking company. When big trucking company has a solid amount of contracts, or they go out of business because numbers aren't doing what they need to do, or whatever that may be, the case may be, they have the ability to handle contracts. The things with us in cargo vans, sprinter vans, normally for the most part is one person. You can find contracts, but I want you to understand the difference between what you hear online and the difference between what you actually do when you do the footwork and go get the contract yourself from a direct shipper or something like that. Most of the time they'll say you have a contract, but in all actuality, you don't have a contract. You are working for the person with the contract. So I'll give you an example. I'm trying to think that's a good one. T-Force. T-Force will say we got contracts, which they do. It's called a contract because by definition, that's what it is. But in all actuality, T-Force has the contract from whatever company, and they're giving it to you. I call it a glorified gig app. Think about when I tell you about VHO. VHO has the contract with, I don't know, HelloFresh. And then you go pick it up as a gig worker. T-Force has all these contracts with whoever those big companies is, and they might have a lane, and they like, hey, we want to assign you this lane. Technically, by definition, it's a contract. But when people are in the industry referring to contracts, that means you're talking directly to the shipper yourself. You're sitting down and negotiating the terms. Are we going to do this a 1-month trial? Do you want to give it a 6-month trial? Do we want to, and after you do good, then we can sign a contract for a year. Let's negotiate pay. Let's negotiate this and that. Normally with a contract, you got to do all of that great jazz. But when you're getting it from somebody else, they already tell you a number. Like, we got contracts, and they be like, they pay $200 for a day or something. It's not a contract. It technically, by definition, it is because you signed up for it and all that stuff. But you're basically running under somebody else's contract, if that makes sense. So that's the tricky one. That's why I told you all about knowing the difference between the lingo. Again, that's in the book. But that's a quick breakdown of what it is, because there's a difference, a very huge difference between contracts. No more than it's a difference between courier companies and carrier companies. See what I'm saying? Like, there is a difference, and I don't want y'all to get that confused. Now, the contracts that you're looking for, working directly with the shipper, where you sit down and negotiate, or the government contracts, because you already put all your information in sam.gov and you're bidding on it and stuff like that to get the government contract, that's a whole different scenario. And I tell people, especially coming out the gate, if you unless you already was kind of in the industry, because some people, I've seen it, they worked for like FedEx or UPS or the post office or Amazon, anything like that. So they already got a foot in the door. They know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And when they go get their own vehicle, they can be like, hey, I can do this because they worked in that industry. I've seen that happen. But if you're just coming out the gate, working a 9 to 5, or you're working starting some other business, you just say, I want to get in the cargo van, and you jump in like, let me go look for contracts. You got to ask yourself, because this is part of the imposter syndrome. Did you, for one, have a mentor or somebody show you what you're doing? And the second part of that, do you even know what you're doing? Do you know what the BOL is? Do you know how to negotiate the contract? Do you know what the contract should say? Do you know how to write one up? Do you know what rates you should be charging on the contract? Because the contract pays a lot more than working off a load board because you're working off the spot market. Do you understand that? Do you know how to make lanes? And then how much is the contract? How long is the contract? Is it something that, again, this is going deeper than I thought I would go with this. Then it's like, all right, I got a contract and it runs this many days and it goes this far, but at the same time, do you already have enough capital in your back pocket to say, I either got a second van or I'm able to get a second van? Because what if your van breaks down? Are you ready for that level of business? So it's different parts of contracts. By definition, you can go find one under a contract holder and work underneath them. There's nothing wrong with that. That's getting money. Until you go out there, learn the ropes and get your own. And then there's low boards, and low boards, you can work how you want, when you want, and know the different rates in the different areas. That's all that is to it. So it's not a best way to go about it. That's called the imposter syndrome. You getting in a community or getting a mentor or getting some type of individual that can help you with that, a coach or all that good jazz, or you do it the ground up way and get in the low board and learn it and understand it. And then inside a certain community, because we've said it on different channels here, and I've seen it on other channels like the Quicks, and they talk about, oh, the day is, and they said it. And I've never said in the video, but they did it perfectly in one of their videos where Mr. Quick was showing, like, I got my business card, and I call them the club promotion card, but it's the little flyer that look like the club promotion that they put in your window while you in the club. You go out there, and that's when you start knowing where to go. Warehouses, tire manufacturers, mechanic manufacturers, car dealership. You got to know these different places to go. Do you know how to go in the hospital and talk to whoever the logistics person is, the logistics manager, to be like, hey, I want to help you with medical equipment. Do you got bloodborne pathogen on your thing to move? See, it gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and we can keep going down this hole, but we'll be here all night. But yes, there's not really a best way, because every way is going to be different based off what works for you. Because what worked for the first person, that's the imposter syndrome, might not work for you. Your gift of gab may be different. Your negotiating skills may be different. Your understanding of the industry may be different. It's not impossible, but you have to learn like anything else. So it's not a best way. It's growing, learning, and understand when to get into it and what you need to do once you get into it, or who to contact. It's all types of stuff to it. It's more to it than just the quick way. And I don't want you to think, I know you didn't say quick way. I know you said best way, but it's more to it, and it's not a one size fit all. What's going on, Alan? Hey, Mr. Green, as long as you're here, you're never late. I tell people out all the time. They think I be talking crazy. Yo, they talking to the fam. I'm playing catch up. Yeah, they're playing catch up. I like what you're saying tonight, but I live by the phrase, fake it till you make it. I told you, there's nothing wrong with that. Fake it till you make it. Imposter syndrome, all the same thing. It's just knowing, that's the key point, knowing when you make it. Like the individual I told you we did the one-on-one. He already made it, but he didn't know it. So you got to know when to break off. But hey, that is what it is. What do you drive? They talking to Tank. Did I miss something from Tank? Oh yeah, okay. That's the one we're talking about contract. I'm glad Andrew is in the building. That means he's taking a break, because Andrew be out there getting that in bags. And I'm with Ariana. Sometimes you got to sit home and take a break. Big bro said, when I hear that sizzle, it never fails. I need that sizzle. Me too. You're not by yourself. Okay, got a cargo van. What type of cargo van? Size, all that great jazz. Well, it's a lot that plays into it. You got the little one, you got the medium one, you got the extended one, you got the biggest sprinter in the world. Like, that plays a big part of it. It matters what, look at this, trying to do. Just think of contracts like a job, and a load board a little more freedom. Yep, I like that. BG, my lady want to know where to get your book from. So all the links for all the books are in all the descriptions. We updated them all. The links to join the communities in the description. The links for Gift Seeker and Mind Your Vision. Those are like mindset books, because you got to have your mindset right to get it. But those are in there. The cargo van tracker link is in there. The cargo van business blueprint, that's in there. Now that's dedicated to cargo van business. That you sound probably like, why you got all these different books? I told you. For one, certain books are in there because you can't, I don't care who you are in life. I don't care who you are. You can't have business development without, this ain't directed at you, OC. It's just because we talk about it. You can't have business development without personal development. Now I'll give you an example. My thing, I told you, my thing is development and leadership. That's my thing. That's what started the consulting. That's what started the business. That's how we got over here. And so with those things, I'm gonna use an example. Think of Oprah. Now, I'm not talking about the person, just talking about the business side of things. Even Oprah, worth millions and billions and all that great jazz. Do y'all know? And I forgot the exact number. I remembered it a long time ago. It's either 1 or 5 million. I can't remember. But she pays John C. Maxwell, the leadership guru, according to industry standards. She pays him $1 or $5 million a year just for him to be her coach, mentor on all leadership. Oprah. You can't have business development without personal and professional development. So that's why you have those different links, because I can talk about stuff all day long about business, but you're going to stay in imposter syndrome because your mindset won't shift to know what you need to do to put your spin on things. But that's a whole nother conversation as well. But no, all the links are in all the descriptions for everything that we have so far. It's more stuff coming. Don't worry. Your boy ain't going to just leave you out there. But we got a lot of stuff that go on behind the scenes. I told y'all that right already. All right, look at that. I didn't even have to say all that. Links in the description. I told you I'm playing catch up. The books are on Amazon. The link may be in they're in the description. Salute. Yep. Contracts equal job, not in our business model. I'm glad. So if y'all haven't figured out yet, the quicks have read the book. They're one of a bunch of people that have read the books. So I want you to understand this. The whole point of any business, I don't care what business you're in. The whole point, because I told y'all my 5 pillars: finances, faith, family, fitness, and that 5th one, freedom. I don't care what business you're in. The whole goal is to find that freedom. Exit plan. Exit plan don't mean you leave the industry. That's not what that means. It means, and if we say in the case of cargo van, and granted, don't get me wrong, cargo van, truck, big rig, I'm not knocking nobody. I know some people that they just love to be on the open road, and they don't do it for 30, 40 years. Not talking to y'all. Keep driving and be safe. Talking to the people that are actually looking for that exit plan. What does it look like? Sometimes that exit plan can be you sell the business. Sometimes that exit plan could be you step back and let somebody else run the business. The business run, that's the whole success. You want something to run without you having to be the day-to-day operation, but then that requires you to learn leadership and passing stuff down and delegation and finding and hiring people you trust. Whole nother bag of worms. Sometimes it is you build it up to where you need it to go and you make it funded to what you need funded. And you just get rid of the business and sell the business, sell all the assets. You see it all the time. Sell off all the assets and go live your life because you made your money, got your 401k, retirement set up, and you just finna go kick your feet up on the beach the rest of your life. But contracts are a part of it. Dispatchers are a part of it. Brokers are a part of it. But as you build and do your, as I want to use the words exactly like the quicks, the business model as you build, it should get to the point where you are the one that's controlling the contracts where somebody else is doing the driving, not us, because most of us in here are operating one van, one truck, one box truck, one flatbed, one hot shot. Not many people in here have 2, 3. There are some, not knocking you. There are some 2, 3, 4, got a fleet. But the whole goal is, what does your exit strategy look like? Bill Gates didn't just stay with Microsoft. He got to the point, CEO, then handed it down. I just got stock and stake, and now you're out there farming. You get it. But yes, it's different levels of this thing. So I'm just letting you know, because over here with your boy, I'm not one of those people that's helping you to stay working the rest of your life, because that's not my belief, and I wouldn't be right to teach you that or explain that or coach, mentor, whatever word you want to use on that, because my belief is freedom. Walk away. Get to the point where you understand what your numbers, again, your numbers. Let me explain numbers to you because you know your boy travel. I'm just going to pick a rent. Matter of fact, y'all know, just came from Thailand. I understand numbers. I understand what it means to live a decent life. So good. And this is not me telling you to go move to Thailand or Asia or Europe because, believe it or not, matter of fact, take Thailand out of it because y'all know I was there. Let's use Croatia, Europe, Croatia. People that tell you need, because I watch them, especially I don't even know the older generations, but I can't think of it right now. No, but I can't think of it. The ones that are in their 70s, 80s. And they're thinking about retirement and they like, oh, I need 1.8 million. I need 2 million. I need 3 million. They're just numbers. I want you to think about somebody that's 45, 50 years old. Normally your kids are out the house by then, 45, 50. Kids are out the house. It might be you by yourself or you with a spouse. Knowing your numbers. I'm just giving you raw numbers. Everybody's number is different, but I'm giving you raw ones. And Croatia, a couple could live in Croatia and live a great life for about $25,000 a year. So when you're sitting there like, I need this much money, do you know if you run your cargo van or build your business? Because remember, live with your cost of living. And I tell y'all don't borrow out on the cargo van money yet. But if you build your nest egg up to say 500,000 and you're already 45, 50, let's stick with 50. You run that bag up and you stack 500 to the side, 500,000 to the side. You can go move in Croatia, you and your spouse, and live in Croatia off of your 500,000 for 20 years. And then guess what happens? By then, Social Security and all the other stuff you've been paying in, because we're going to get to that about how to pay into your stuff, 401ks and all that stuff, it's going to start kicking in. Now you're 70. So even after that 20 years, now you got enough between the both of you, you still going to be pulling in 25,000. But people will say you need 2 million. I'm not saying go big, go get whatever you need, but it's understanding numbers. Imposter syndrome. So what do? We mimic what we see other people say, and they be like, we need 2 million to retire. We need 5 million to retire. No, they need 5 million to retire. You should already have found especially by 50, found your groove, put your spin, sit down and talk to your significant other about what your life looks like, because everybody's life does not look like, at 50, I still need to be buying Hermes bags. At 50, I need to still go get a Lamborghini. At 50, I want to go buy a Bugatti. Everybody's life doesn't look like that. Some people just want to be peaceful, kick their feet up with their loved ones, sit at the beach and twinkle their toes in the sand with a drink with an umbrella in it. You see what I'm saying? So that's about knowing your numbers. So the imposter syndrome will have you thinking one way, and I'm trying to show you the freedom part of how to get away from that. But don't worry, we're going to get there. That's what the quicks meant, not part of our business model, because the business model over here is we trying to throw grind setters, set the tone for your grind and know what your numbers is so you can get out in time. Man, I had a contract with Curry Express working 5 hours for 120 and 15 to 20 stops, or I could work 10 hours and made 160 and set to 170 a day. But the most money they said I make is 900 a week, 4,100 steps a day. You got it down to the steps. Contracts can be guaranteed money, but again, your freedom is a little limited because somebody has to do that run no matter what. Agreed. 900 a week for 50 hours a week. Mr. Quick just fainted. I said the same thing, but I was going to wait till, because you know me, I talk too fast. Because, in my mind, 900 in this cargo van community, we break it down how we doing. We trying to do 900 in 3 days max. And that's max. What's the name of the new book? What's the new book? You talking about the cargo van business blueprint? That's the links in the description. LOL. Y'all crazy. Yeah, the cargo van business blueprint. No breaks over here working on these taxes. Oh, don't get me started on taxes. We're not doing that today. Matter of fact, let's do imposter syndrome. You want to do all our taxes? We trust you. Hey, G, I learned a hard lesson. One of those loads I picked up was 3,300 pounds from Houston to Florida. Man, in the back of my van was leaning like the old school caddy. Oh, man. I can't. We're waiting on you in the community, Nelson. I'm going fast. Hey, that community getting live. What y'all think? Y'all think we should give a sneak peek? I don't know. Ariana, what? Waiting on y'all. Hey, I get it. I'm not going there with y'all. They talking about for the community. I'm doing a contract right now, and I've been in the cargo van for a month. I tried getting on the load board once I got my DOT number, and the brokers told me to get more driving under my belt. I'm in Florida. Again, agreed. That it's steps to this. Some people can jump right in. Some people, remember, I told you I started from the bottom for a purpose because I wanted to show people from the gig apps to move up. Now, some people get to the point, and don't worry, I'm gonna explain that too as we go throughout the year. Get to the point, their next step is a cargo van. I've seen people, their next step was to get a CDL. It's nothing wrong with none of this stuff. It's just knowing what works for you. The imposter syndrome is basically to get you started mimicking, and then you branch off. So starting with a contract or a courier company is not bad. It's not bad at all. There's nothing wrong with it. That's not what we're trying. I don't want you to take it as though that's a wrong thing. Wherever you start is one thing, and getting help and learning the game, and it's like playing a sport. Like, you didn't just jump on varsity. You played little league. You played freshman team. You got the JV. Like, you just getting started. You're not gonna jump into the big leagues. That's not how it works. Unless you were already there and you transitioned over to being your own business owner. And even still, it's a learning curve and stuff that you got to pick up. So no, you're not wrong. Let it mature. Just make sure whoever you work for and run for. That's why we talk about it. Non-exclusive, because if you're exclusive, you can't have your insurance, but you're your MC, so that you can eventually run on your own. So yeah, you're not wrong. I get my cargo this weekend. Congrats, fam. I take a moment of silence because that means you out there killing it, and I love it. Congrats. Where are you at in Florida? I'm in Tampa. See, that's how fast y'all be knowing where y'all at. Thanks. Yep, see, look at all the love I'm finna start coming in. Congrats. We proud of you. Pinellas County, that's Florida. I get my Sprinter van this week. Yep, I'm playing catch up. Hey, fam, time, freedom, team building, and automation. That's how you get it. That's an exit strategy. But you got to understand, you can't get to an exit strategy until you build the systems inside of your business so you can exit. I know we talk about this all the time. Of course, we go deeper in the community when we're working on as we build it about systems. In order for you to have an exit strategy and have automation, as the more is talking about, and team building, you are the blueprint. You have to build the system inside of your business so that those that you bring on behind you to run the business, work in the business, all that stuff, they're going to be imposter syndrome based off of the systems that you built. Y'all get it now? And then as you hire the right people, good leaders, good managers, good drivers, good everything, they're going to run your system and find their tweaks and kinks and there that's going to help improve the business for yourself. Do you think that Steve Jobs, when he made Apple and had this great thing about the iPod, I'm going to put 1,000 songs on the iPod? That's not possible until you have certain people that understand your system and what you need and your vision and goals for the business. And then they come in and put their added, They're doing imposter syndrome working off of you, but then they keep adding and adding and adding. And then all of a sudden, the iPod with 1,000 songs are developed. But here's the crazy part. It's like the cheap freight guy. That same iPhone that came out, like the iPod. I remember when they were $99. I remember when they were $199. You know, the cheap freight when you're running it for $1.15. And then all of a sudden, them same iPhones, that instead of the iPod, the iPhones hold songs as well. And now they were running over $1,000. So the cheap freight guy running for $1.15, and that's what you see on the front scene, but then you don't see what's going on the behind the scene to understand that same cheap freight guy wanted $1.15 with other people that are mimicking, like y'all, and I hope y'all are. And all of a sudden, that $1.15 looks like $3. It looks like $2.50. It looks like you building a company that has people working up under you, driving your vehicles, and you automating systems like the more said, so you can have the exit strategy. And that same person that was like, cheap freight. And you sitting there in your chair rocking, remembering all them comments and the person that's talking all the noise because they just didn't believe in it. Now they trying to find a way like, how do I do it? Because nobody believes in you or the vision until it happens. And then all of a sudden they're gonna be like, how do I do it? How do I get this going? Nobody believes in it until they need to borrow some money. Let me stop. Ah, man. Let me go back to thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Quicks. Yep, the Moors are in the house. Hey, fam, if you want to do it right and get better right after this live, hit the link and join Grinder Sitters. We are waiting on you. Y'all crazy. More, what's up, fam? Ditto what Mr. said. Me and wife and I been talking about moving to Thailand. Loved it when we went. Don't worry, we got so many plans for this, fam. Oh, man. Anchor Journey's in the house. Hey, auntie, what's going on? J Harv in the building. BG, I never got an email. So, like you said, if it's meant for me, I would have one of the spots, and maybe it's spot 301. Hello to the rest. I'm going to send you another email right after this. Because I don't know how you. Matter of fact, I ain't got to send you. I'm going to send you the email, but the link in the description. I don't know how I missed you, but I'm going to go back and make sure I send one right after this. Well, BG, I'm in my 50s and starting over, but I still have faith and hope. I know I'm not the only one. You're not, fam. There's no age limit on this. What KFC Colonel Sanders was in his 60s. There's no such thing as a certain age limit when to start over. You good. The problem is not starting at all, because there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse in life than getting older and meeting the person that you could have been. Let me stop. Oh, man, I love y'all over here. Howdy, fam. Yeah, gee, I got it in the cart already. Respect on one who drives over 2,000 miles a week. It takes a toll on you. That's why you got to sit at the house sometimes. Like I just was talking about Andrew, like getting that bag, sit down at the house, especially around and once you got to get them taxes done. The behind the scenes work. What's up, the Quicks? Auntie, yep. Never mind me. I know I'm late. I don't want to hear that. Today, no such thing as late. It's just as long as we ain't got to put an APB out on you, the transporter. Yep. Try using some courier services that dispatch cargo vans until you mature. That's what I did exactly. It's no such thing as the wrong way, long as you got a way going. Auntie, levels as always. Yes, Jay. Always. Here are some companies: Fox Freight, Brumpy, LLC, Aries Transport. These are the companies that get you started if you're trying to get in the game and get to going. I drove 900 miles Friday on about 4 hours of sleep, and I did about 500 the day before, but slept in my own bed both nights, so I will take the good with the bad. There's no such thing as bad. It's the good with the good. The bad is when you can't get up and do none of it. The bad is when, like I told you in the video, the last video, it's two things about this thing, and you're going to be all right about one of them. Your life, one day, you better do, I tell you, I say this all the time. You better take advantage of this life. You better do everything you can in this life. You better enjoy this life. You better grind when you can and you're able to in this life, because some people are not able to do this same life that you're doing. And the biggest thing about it, one day this life going to come to an end. And what you going to do at the end when they put in that birth date and that death date on your tombstone and they got that dash mark? I know they say dash. I look at it like it's a minus sign. I told y'all in the video. That's a plus sign in my life, because that birth date, or the day right now, Mr. Drive Time at 50 starting, because it ain't got to be from birth. The day you start to the day you die. Take that little dash sign out, or the minus sign, and make it a plus. They're going to put a plus on mine, because from birth, I've been adding. Nothing but addition. So, yeah, that's just my take on it. So, there's no bad. It's only good, because God gave you the ability to do this thing. The cheap freight garage strikes again video had me weak. Had me weak too, because I was trying not to laugh the whole time I was making it. Yo, what's good? Tapping in for this good information, and you in the building, Mr. Florida Dash. And we love that you here, fam. Cheap freight. Okay, Jay, how are them J cakes rolling? Yeah, I was about to get to that. He thought he was off the hook. Also, fam, I wanted to remind everyone this week, if you have not, go get a professional email address, not Gmail or Outlook, a professional email. I agree that you building. That's part of how they going to get to know who you are. Who are you? That's in the community. I ain't going down that road. What's going on? I spoke. Yeah. I've been making a few cakes, but I haven't been on the road, been on this road. I get it. Sometimes it be calling your name. I did a round trip this morning, 215 miles for $3.15. So I've been on the road. That's get that money. That's over $1 a mile. You the cheap freight guy too. The Lord redeems time, Mr. It's never too late. Ooh, I like that. The Lord redeems time. Ooh, I like that one. I left my job in social services last May. I took the advice. I told my clients, you can do whatever you want. It's never too late. And you out there getting it. Just matter of fact, tell them where you, Auntie, tell them where you just drove from this past week. You out there getting it. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Preaching, I mean preach. There's no bad. Amen. Hey, that's what I want to hear. That's the mindset. I'll be going in circles trying to get people to understand, but hey, it's for who they supposed to be. You know your boy. I don't beg for nobody to do nothing. It's one of them things my wife is real adamant on. When it comes about change, you cannot make nobody change until they're ready to change on their own. Because I used to be like trying to beat it in your head. Let me help you. Remember, I told you I was writing all them emails, trying to knock on doors, getting schools, and they were like, no, we don't want to. And I get it. The times you can't just let anybody around the kids. I got that. But I'm thinking my background alone, right? Military, veteran, got this. I got all it. Just didn't mean nothing. So I don't force no more. I no longer force helping somebody on them until they want to be helped. So no, I was able to sleep in my bed for 2 nights last week, and my wife was happy. But I'm still out here Friday pickup, Monday drop off. I like that FPU to MDO. I like that. Look at, I swear we be thinking the same. Don't feel bad, man. I just turned 49 last month. I'm starting over myself, and this will be my second shot at having a business. But this go around, I'm much older, wiser, and patient. Y'all think I'm like 25 or something, don't you? I really think that. Y'all think I'm like 25. No, y'all ain't. We all starting this thing together. It's different levels, different times, and it's all the same. It don't matter. We in this thing together. What's up, Florida Dash? Ford Transit for sale in Phoenix. Hey, there you go. Y'all know how Mike Jones is in the building, selling that Ford Transit in Phoenix. High roof extended, to be exact. BG, can you please break down the equipment type to check on the DAT load board? Yeah, I'll get that to y'all. I'll get that one because I can do that real fast. It's a video out there, but I'm going to give this one in case somebody missed it. If you're on DAT load board, when you go to your truck type in there, again, you do whatever you want, but the truck type that I already got checked, once you get there, instead of having it on all, select only. And the ones that I got up are MV for moving van, SV for sprinter van, SB as in Bravo for straight box truck, V for van, VW for van blanket wrap, VH for van hotshot, VL for van logistics, VF for van or flatbed, VR for van or reefer, VP for van pallet exchange, and VM for van with team. And I know y'all probably thinking like, why are we putting all that like van with team? Because I'll tell a broker in a minute, I am the team. I know some of them you like, I've gotten lows off of all this. Van pallet exchange, that's the one I picked up in Houston and drove to California, and that the box truck was there waiting on me. I drove it out there, and they said I negotiated and told the guy, hey, I can get it there by this date, this time, and I can save you money because you ain't got to pay. Obviously, you're not going to pay me box truck rates, and you say you want it there, so all you got to do is pay me this much. And I told him, pay the box truck guy $200-300 to meet me there because he's going to be local. Take it off the van and drop it and roll it in with his I can't even think of the name of it. It's Jack. And he was like, that makes sense. And you get to make more money and I get to save money. We meet in the middle. So another person, the guy out there, got to do a quick load, and I talked to him, he made $400 on that. So we all ate. The driver ate, the person on the other end ate, and the broker got to keep a little money. So yeah, that's why I put all of them in there. Because believe it or not, some brokers don't know what they're doing and they put in the wrong information. Might be going too fast. I don't know. Good with the good. I like that. Good with the good. Ain't no good with the bad. Good with the good. Just like it ain't no losses. It's only lessons. Well done, Mr. Drive Time. I'm 50. See, I'm glad. See, that's why we do this, because that's part of imposter syndrome. People think they out there just figuring stuff out there by themselves and just doing random stuff. And I promise you, you're not alone. You're not alone. This is a senior group, and Mr. Quick is the oldest. We're not going there. Y'all is not doing this. I appreciate the love, everybody. We're going to get this thing. I lost everything in a relationship, but God's going to give it back in Jesus' name. I just told you, we don't use them words. You learned everything in the last relationship. You didn't lose nothing. You learned something about yourself, about your faith, about all types of stuff. You learned some stuff. Blessings, I can't do OTR. I have my own triangle, Las Vegas, New Mexico, and I start in the Phoenix area, and it's been treating me decent. I always dead home, so I say round trip. I'm trying to tell you, you got to learn your. I thought I was playing when I said we was going to be learning geometry and all that, because we talked about the triangle, we talked about the circle, we talked about the parallel, we talked about the box. And last thing, I ain't taught y'all about the rectangle yet. That's for another video. Yeah, it's a rectangle. You didn't know that, huh? Don't worry, I'll tell you about it. Man, I love this. See, I have too much fun doing this. So many youngins. Always be 25 at heart. I'm with Nelson. Thanks, B. No, I got you, Auntie. I got you. Yep. See, same thing. I'm glad you put it in there. Appreciate y'all. Screenshot this chat for that info. I'm gonna put it back up. So if you got to come back to the video, know that it's at the 1 hour and 11 minute mark. 1 hour and 11 minutes. Well, y'all got us in here cooking tonight. Screenshot for the chat info again. Hold on. There ain't no screenshot. I just thought about this. Auntie, I put it inside of the community. I'm glad that's what the building part is. I didn't know that. I'm gonna put it over there. I'll put it over there. I got us. I was on DAT load board, didn't see a lot of cargo vans, but coming out of Florida, it's hard. Yeah, I'm not even finna lie. You got to get on. Tampa and Orlando is about as bottom as you go. You got to start. We talked about it. I mentioned it in one of the most recent videos. Which one was it? I think it was the one we was talking about, the cheap freight guy. Might have been that one or one of the last two or three videos. Like you in Florida, if you want to get up out of there, set it at Jacksonville. Put the deadhead at a 300-mile radius from Jacksonville. It'll pick up Orlando and Tampa. Jacksonville is the hot spot in Florida, because remember I told you hot and lukewarm. Start heading towards Jacksonville, but it'll also pick up the hot spot of Atlanta and Georgia, and the lukewarm spot, which is spot number 2. It'll pick up the lukewarm spot, which they're 2 side by side, which is Pooler and Savannah because of the ports. You put it in there, start heading to Jacksonville, get a load. If not, you'll see the ones that's in Georgia. If you don't get to pick up the same day, have it stretched out to the next day, and you can pick up something next day. That's your tip for the day. Man. J. Harv, I'm working within my triangle as well. But since winter, I like Texas, and I use Florida to get back home. But I'm in Arkansas right now. Hey, I'm not mad at you, because that winter storm that came across, Lord, I can't do it. I lost everything the same way. But I'm back, baby, and it's time. It's going to be way better. So remember, we don't use the word lost. Listen, only way it's going to be way better because you back this time, and it's going to be way better. Why is that? Because you learned something. You didn't lose anything. You learned something. Done. Got it. Friday, I drove about 900 miles Friday, but but from the pickup to drop off, it was 385 miles for $7.50. That's what I'm talking about. Hit them right there, close to the $2. That's what about $1.75 or something like that. LOL, all the shapes. Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. If I don't be trying to do overkill, but the only way I know how to explain, teach, show is through examples and stuff that helps you remember what I'm talking about. Just True is in the building. You ain't late, because I was about to put an APB on you. I ain't heard from you in a second. Don't worry. You checked in. Y'all be on me. Y'all be trying. Last matter of fact, Just True was the last one that was about to put an APB out on me. So yeah, I'm about to do the same thing. But you ain't late, fam. You ain't late. Hey, True. Everybody, see? I told you we've been looking for you. Hey, True. Fashionably late is fine. Jacksonville is a great place to get out. Don't go any lower than Orlando. Yep. Orlando, Tampa, that imaginary line. Don't go down. And if you're in Miami, you might as well just start heading up. I go to Miami and Fort Lauderdale often. I haven't had to use a community to try to get out, but I'm not going to lie. I drove on home to Greenville, South Carolina, and start over. It's nothing wrong. I've done that before as well. Reset. I wonder what's worse for cargo vans, Florida or Arizona on lower boards. I will not be going to Florida to compare. No. In Arizona, trust me, Arizona ain't as bad as Florida. No. Because I've been in both. Let's see. Florida is the worst, but God has a way. Ask Auntie. I'm telling you, that's why I love the community. I will save you money. Will even up though, because that gas price, I can only imagine what it is because if I can only imagine what it is because here's $3 a gallon. The only thing I know is don't get too far going up and down that East Coast, because then the transporter gonna get a hold of you. Hey, True. What's up, True? That's why I'm working this contract for right now. Yep. So you can get to learn it and get it up. I get it. That's what I'm saying. You're not wrong, mister. What's good, True? See, that's why I love the community. I'll be over here just showing love to everybody, and it just be so amazing. It's so amazing. But yeah, fam, I know a lot of y'all, because I've seen it. Y'all been telling me a lot of y'all got that Monday drop off. Yeah, boy, I ain't got the Monday drop off. I got some work to do tomorrow behind the scenes. One of them scenes, don't worry. I told you. I'm telling you now. Tomorrow, because I got to go solidify some things tomorrow. You seen your boy? I was trying to lock down the meet and greet for H-Town for Houston, but the woman left work early. Go figure. So I got to go up there tomorrow to go talk to her so I can make sure we good to go, get the event, get the space paid for. Then I got to run around and see what we're going to do for catering, because, hey, we going to eat. We out here getting this bread, so we got to bake bread together. So, yeah, I got to go. Me and the wife going to go back up there tomorrow because the woman wasn't there. We looked at the space, got a good space, make sure it's available. It's going to be the last Saturday of the month, the 28th. So you can go off of that 28th, because even if they say something crazy, I'll go down the street and find another one. But yeah, mark your calendars for the 28th. Once I find out everything, probably tomorrow, y'all will be the first to know. I'm gonna put it in the community, the community post as well. We'll make a reel to give you a heads up that it's gonna be in the community post, so that you can go ahead and get it, get signed up for it and everything, so you don't be missing out. But don't forget, I want y'all to remember this. We still got other ones. So if you want to come to this one and you ain't in the Houston area or the Dallas or wherever, if you ain't in the Metroplex and all that stuff, don't worry. At the end of the second quarter, next up is St. Louis. We're going to the Loop. And then the end of the third quarter, we're going to be in Cincinnati, Cincy, Ohio. And then the first month of the fourth quarter, we're going to the A. Peace up, A-Town out. We'll be in Atlanta. So don't worry. We got you. Finish up these comments. Make sure, because I know some of y'all got to get over here to go get some rest. But let me make sure I got everybody. If you like it, work through it. Your MC maturity. Yep. Let it mature. True. Salute. Stick with BG. If you see someone a little popular in the Florida area on YouTube, stay away. We got what you need. Y'all are crazy. I know you was going for that. Yay, Cincy. Don't worry, we coming. I know a few of y'all out there. That's neighbors. I filled up my van for about 50 miles under $3. For $50, I'm saying 50 miles under $3, and just left Costco in Phoenix for $4. But I get to work out in the end. I've been rolling in 26 after struggling in 25, but prayers up to BG. Remember, redo your CPM if you haven't redone it, because if the gas prices change from that much to that much, it's going to throw your CPM off. So make sure you recalculate your CPM. You should be looking at it weekly anyway, but redo your CPM, because I know when we did the how to calculate your CPM, I used the rate for like the Midwest, the average, because in Texas it was like 250, 260, fluctuating back and forth. But I set it at $3. So if you imposter syndrome that CPM and did $3, that means your CPM is going to be off, because right now it's well over $3 in much of the United States. It not hit $3 in Texas. And if it hit $3 in Texas, I know, because I just came from Atlanta. Some places that I was going to, it was saying 330, 340, 350. So I know it's up there. So make sure y'all recheck them CPMs. Don't forget, we got a space for you in Atlanta when you're ready. I told you I'm gonna hit y'all up. I ain't forgot about you. I know when that time comes, I'm calling you. Lou time, baby. Old fam popping in here tonight. Great live as always. Stay blessed, fam. There's your rectangle right there. Nope, that's the square. That's the square. When I tell y'all the rectangle, y'all might be like, Queen and I will be in all of them. Man, okay. Okay, I'm with it. We're at 320 in Florida, gas going up fast. Yeah, make sure that CPM is right. Even if you're doing courier work, you still need to, doing contract work, you still need to know your CPM, because it does no good to do contract work and don't understand your CPM, your COL, your RPM. If you don't understand all that stuff, then you're just basically working for somebody else, and you'll never build out or create systems or a plan to get up out of that and go to the next level if you don't know it. So you still got to work it in, because you need to know what you're making and how to step money aside to get the exit plan from the contract over to being your own business owner. Like, it's all part of the game. But yeah, I know some of y'all got to get up out of here. We're going to get out of here because, you know, your boy got stuff to do tomorrow too. So I might not be on the road tomorrow. If I do, it'll be some late night that drops off on Tuesday. But don't worry, wherever I go, you going to be the first. No. I just saw some part of had my heart beating until you mentioned Cincy, busy year. That's what I'm saying. As it comes, remember, this is the first one. I got to get through the first one. So, you know, your boy, I like to tweak stuff. Got to get a feel of the first one so we can know what we're doing for the second, third. By the time we get to Cincy, we're going to be rocking, well rolling. Don't worry, I got you. The gas prices. $2.25 at Sam's Club last Sunday, $3.09 a day. I'm telling you, that's why you got to rework your CPM. And that was in Toledo. See, y'all starting to notice why it's in Cincy. Got a lot of fam up there. Don't worry. We got it. So yeah, we about to get up out of here. So y'all know what we got to do. As always, close their minds and bow their heads. If you're driving, keep driving and just listen. I want you to stay safe. The Heavenly Father, it's us, the community, the fam. We're once again not coming to say what we need, but to say thank you. Thank you for what you've done by having us meet up again and be able to talk through things and learn from each other. Thank you for letting us have another successful week. Thank you in advance for the week that you're about to let us have. Thank you for the safety that you provided. Thank you for everything that you're doing for us in the life. Thank you for letting us have like-minded people around and not just think we're imposters, but learn how we can mimic so we can grow together as one until we branch off to do the things that you have built us for and the purpose that you have aligned on our life. We just want to say thank you for all those things. We want to thank you for what you're going to do for our families. We want to thank you for the hedge of protection that you're going to provide over us. And most of all, we want to thank you for the blessings that you have bestowed upon us. We want to continue to say thank you for these and many more blessings in your darling son, Jesus' name. Amen. And just like that, fam, it's a wrap. And it's time to get up out of here. So y'all go ahead. Don't worry. When I find out what's going to go on and what we're going to do, I'm going to let you know. You're always the first one to know. But y'all be safe. Do what y'all got to do to get the bag, no matter who you got to mirror or mimic to get to that next level till you can put your spin on it. But whatever that may be, y'all do it. Y'all stay safe. And as always, until the next video, y'all stay blessed.